When we go to the course, we come off the bus, of course, and gather our luggage, go to our rooms, and we're given everything in terms of our accommodation. You know, we have keys that we keep and all that. And you do not play music the first few minutes you're there. You eat, you know, you eat. You have tea and you sit down and you meet your friends, very excited to meet them.
Well, on the first day, I was really nervous. Even my friends were all nervous because we were all there then. We had been told people who had made it to the thing were very good. So we were all like, you don't want to make a single mistake. We kept on practicing even before we joined. You cannot afford to make a mistake. We were like, these are the best of the teenagers and young adults of Kenya playing together. So I was really nervous. Then our teachers are there. We had really great teachers. I had Rob Stewart, he was really dope. It was a lot of fun because I made new friends, new musician friends. People actually understood how I felt about music, who I could talk to.
I'm Mary. I'm Maggie.
And I'm Marta.
We often sing together. Lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes. But we also play instruments. I play the clarinet. I play the flute.
And I play the trumpet.
We have times where we have games. We have sectionals. We have tutti sections. We have an entire wind orchestra session. And it's usually very intense, you know, in terms of time, your will and your constant want to practice and sound perfect is all incorporated in that.
We do sectional pieces for saxophone mainly and clarinet. The last one we did was a bagatelle, a clarinet quartet. It was so good. I've grown as a musician. First of all, I've learned how to play with many people at the same time. Before, I was just a soloist, solo performer.
As a musician, I've grown tremendously from these courses because of just the atmosphere you're in. When you go to a course, you know you're going to play the violin, you know you're going to do music, and you're focused and you're concentrating, and you're not compromising by, I don't know, going back home or getting distracted by other friends and other disciplines that you're into.
Before I joined the National Youth Orchestra, I wanted to play violin, I enjoyed it, but it was just something on the side, whereas now music is, I like to say, almost half my life.
Being in the orchestra has taught me a lot of discipline in terms of the schedule, in terms of what you're expected to do in the rehearsals and in the performances. You come out of the orchestra a more organized person who can run a program.
There have been a lot of leadership activities that have been going on in the youth orchestra. During the last residential course, Elliot Black organized a dilemma sort of situation where a few members of us had to come up with a plan.
Then in Kenayo we noticed that people actually, your part is really important. Even if you're resting for 100 bars and you have a single bar to play in a piece. There's one which was the second movement. I really didn't like it because I didn't play much. But that single bar, I used to be told, that's very important, what I'm playing.
One of the main things I've learned is to pay attention and to just keep your mind focused.
From the small intricate details of flute playing and just being able to listen to one another. That's basically how I've grown.
So then when we went back to school, we started teaching the other guys about listening to each other, about proper tuning, about proper posture, how we sit while playing and how we listen to each other, about balancing the sound.
I've learned how to play with the people who I usually play with, especially because I'm the only girl in the brass group. So it's made me tougher, and I'm proud of that.
Even though I'm living in the slum, I'm not poor because I'm always busy.
the good thing about the youth orchestra is we do not only play classical music, but we also try to incorporate some African music. We did play an Indian piece two residential courses ago.
Most people, while growing up, want to be doctors or engineers or lawyers. But I think the KNYO has an opportunity to show that this is wrong. Both school life and music can be balanced. For example, we've got lots of dentists in the orchestra who also play a musical instrument.
In Kenya we have a few problems. We have poverty, we have corruption, we have dilapidated infrastructure, we have food shortages, we have water shortages, we have power outages. But despite that, music in its own way, it's a getaway for us. That's the only thing, it's only something which someone can take from us. It's the only thing which we have that it's ours. You know, because when people say when you're playing, you play from the heart. And when it comes up from here, everything, you have a good time, you know.
I am a member of the East African Model United Nations. I am a part of the executive committee. I would love the KNYO to perform at one of the sessions, especially to open this. Lots of other people who do not know about KNYO would know about KNYO. It would also give the chance for Ban Ki-moon, who would be visiting us next year, to look at what the orchestra is about and maybe even support us.
It's about being able to play and sharing your love for music. So in that way, it gives us a getaway, it gives us a chance to be able to relax. Even at the end of the day, even if I'm not in KNYO and I have stress, I just go and play tuba. Everyone tells you that you go play your instrument and you calm down, you become mellow, you relax. The future of KNYO and Ghetto Classics are all together because most of the teachers there are actually in the KNYO. Is that it's like, because we're given a chance through the KNYO, so we want to give other people a chance through Ghetto Classics, so they're all related to each other.
As Kenya gears up to the next election in March 2013, and Kenya had the post-election violence in 2007 and 2008, the KNYO can perform and pledge peace all round. KNYO can also perform at different venues to show people that through music we can all be one.
We are people from very different backgrounds. NYO is not yet a major thing in the country. That's one thing everybody needs to know. Kenya needs to know that these are kids, the future leaders of Kenya, or we are the leaders of Kenya. And where I would like it to be is the symbol of unity, the symbol of actually the country in itself.
KNYO and the Ghetto Classics, we still need funding. The project started a few years back, but we still need the funding because it's not about, as we're saying, it's not about the money on music, it's about the music, but we still need the funding to get projects going off because we still need more members in the KNYO. I really like for there to be like a baseline of 5 tuba players. It'd be so much fun not being the only guy there. Then we also need more instruments. We need to have our own instruments because some of us, like me, we don't have our own instruments. And the Ghetto Classics don't have their own instruments, so we need to buy more instruments, so we just need a bit more funding.
Music is the ruler of the world because if you play music with all your heart, putting all your heart in music, playing it very well, I know one day you will come to thank classical music.
I think the future is brighter than it's ever been.